Pleased to say that Alice Hewson now joins us here at England Golf. Alice is a graduate of the England Golf women's team. She won the European Ladies Amateur in 2019, a fine achievement, and has now turned pro and is the reigning South African Women's Open champion, winning her first event on the LET. And last week, of course, was playing in the Scandinavian mixed event run by Henrik Stenson and Annika Sorenstam, and did extremely well. Alice, third place. Tell us all about it.
Thank you for the introduction. I thoroughly enjoyed my time last week at the Scandinavian mix. It was such an incredible event and such a great opportunity, I think, for both the men's and the women's game. Obviously, we don't get to play alongside each other very often. So to be playing for that same prize fund, same placings, all of that, and actually play with the men, it was just incredible, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Were you nervous? I read a few quotes at the weekend that suggested you might have been, which is probably just down to the format of the competition, I guess.
I was definitely nervous walking down the first hole of the first round, but luckily I played with two very nice men, and they were both extremely welcoming to me, kind of chatted to me the whole way around, and just made me feel so welcome. So that definitely calmed the nerves. And then again, coming down the first and the final round too, didn't hit the best drive. So yeah, I was definitely a bit nervous coming down there. But again, a couple of holes later, was able to just kind of calm myself down and get off to a solid start and solid round.
Now, one of the main things about the women's game at the moment is trying to promote it and give it the right projection and image. And events like the one you played in at the weekend can only help, because the media coverage around it has been terrific, hasn't it?
Oh, it was exceptional. I mean, I watched some of the coverage back, and they really got everything. They really showcased the women's game, highlighted all of the strengths, and just having us on alongside the men and having that full coverage of each individual round was so important. And it's an opportunity we don't get very often, but I think all of the ladies really made the most of it.
Now, something we're very proud of here at England Golf is the fact that next week at Farnham Golf Club, between the 25th and 27th of June, we're running an English U18 Championship for boys and girls. Now, it's the first time that boys and girls have competed in the same event and playing for the one trophy. So it's a replica of what you played in the Scandinavian. It'll be hugely exciting for the girls and boys to play against each other, and I suspect it'll be fiercely competitive as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think that will be so great to have, kind of the under-18s playing alongside each other. I'm sure that everyone will have lots of fun, and it will just be a good opportunity for, again, the men and the women to kind of learn from one another. I think the biggest thing that I learned this week was just how different the men's and women's game can be. The strength that the men have was quite amazing to watch. So it'll be really good for those young men and women to kind of see that at such a young age.
You were obviously down at Woodall Spa a few weeks ago, Alice, working with the girls' squad, and all the chat then was about this under-18 championship and how they were desperate to beat the boys. Do you get the feeling that it could be a girl that emerges with a trophy a week on Sunday?
I think so. I was at the England Girls Training Weekend a couple of weeks ago, and I was very impressed with all of the girls that were there. They all hit a long ball and all very consistent. So I think it will be an exciting week, and who knows who'll come out on top.
It's great for the image of the game, though, isn't it? Seeing boys and girls, men and women playing together in top level events, be that the professional event you played in or this elite amateur event for juniors. It just sets the right tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so good to have everyone kind of playing the same course at the same time, obviously off of appropriate tees, but it's just such a great comparison of the two.
How did you feel it went down with the men on the European tour? Obviously, the women were probably a little bit more excited about it because it was a unique event in that sense. But were the men receptive to the idea as well when you played?
I believe that they were. I've only heard positive feedback from both the men and the women. Everyone believes that the course was set up very fairly. There were certain holes where the women might have an advantage on one, but then the men would have an advantage on the other. So it evened itself out really well. But yeah, it was great for the men to kind of see how we play golf, because it is very different to how they play. The women are normally a little bit more consistently down the middle of the fairway, and I think they noticed that too.
And the fact that you finished third just proves that you can get the balance right, can't you, with different tee sets and playing the same course but just slightly tweaked to suit the men's and the women's game.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really proud of how I finished last week. Third in that field was pretty good. So yeah, very happy with that. But yeah, I mean, the conditions that we had, it was quite windy over the weekend, and I saw the men kind of rise to that a little bit more than we did. But no, it was very, very good and very evenly matched overall.
When we look ahead to this event at Farnham, is this something that you wish was around when you were part of the England golf setup? Would you have relished going head to head with some of the guys and trying to beat them?
Oh, I'd have loved that opportunity. So I think it'll be fun for all of them.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we're all looking forward to it, Alice, and I think your experience in the Scandinavian mix will have given some of the girls great hope that they can go out there and compete with the boys, and it promises to be a terrific event. So we look forward to that, and best of luck for the rest of the season yourself.
Thank you very much.